What's been happening?
Um, um, done a lot. I started with a new AI this week.
Mm,
Perplexity. Have you heard of it?
yeah,
Have you used it?
used it a bit. It's not, it doesn't feature high up with what I'm doing at the minute, but yeah, I've used it. I've got the desktop app and whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
What have you been doing with it?
Um, excuse me. I smoked right before I got on here. I thought I had an hour. I'm a little dry. I uh I so he, okay, so they got me with their ads because they sent me two different ads. One of them was in Instagram, and it said, "Give us your YouTube channel ID, and we'll optimize the entire channel." Not necessarily the best advertising because they really can't go into your YouTube channel and optimize it. They can tell you what to optimize, and they give you a very comprehensive report. But then
Hmm.
the other one that got me was optimize your Shopify store. I have like 200 products in my Shopify store, so I thought, okay, here's a task, right? I signed up for the $17 a month plan. They give you like
Hmm.
4,000 credits a month, I guess. So gave it the website address, the Shopify address. It's like creating tasks. It's like I wrote a Python script to scrape your site, and here I'm running four versions of it to get 25% each and parallel, and doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Boom, boom. We got your whole database here. Okay, I got it figured out. And then it gives me a giant report, and I'm like, okay, this is great, but like, I don't want to do this. So I said,
Mm.
what if I gave you because Shopify allows you to create a CSV of your entire product database. I said, what if I gave you my CSV dump from Shopify? I said, yeah, I can rewrite all your product descriptions. I can add tags to every single one of them, 200 products.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, and this is non-destructive, right? I give it the CSV. I can go through it one by one and, check its work before I do, before I just mass upload it to my website. Dude, it like eight out of 10, like pretty good job. And considering my stuff is like,
Mm.
racist horse, and it's like AI is trying to figure out how to write copy for that. Because it said, you have 100 plus products that only have boilerplate copy, which is true. Because when I started the site, I just had like shipping information and the descriptions. I didn't write proper descriptions. Now I have like long copy for each one.
Hmm.
But it's like you need long copy for every single one of these, and you're not really trying to rank for any of these, keywords like adult humor book and whatever. And so it just gave me this overview, and then it just rewrote my entire product database.
Very cool.
Pretty good.
I'm just looking at when I was using it last year. I used it a few months ago.
It's
I
called
did my
Perplexity Computer. It's the new thing. It's like an it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
an agent.
yeah. I haven't looked at it. Again, there's so many, isn't there? Like
Yeah, it's hard to
I,
keep
I,
up.
I did a blog post on it, and yeah, it's good, and the sourcing's good because it quotes all the sourcing, especially if you not for necessarily what you're doing, but other stuff. But yeah, I haven't looked at the computer side of it, computing. I mean, I'm still balls deep into Claude. Just started using Claude Cowork, which is really cool.
I need to
Um,
learn this. I need to learn this.
what?
Claude,
Oh yeah,
cowork.
yeah,
I don't know it.
Claude is blowing me away. I'm still using ChatGPT. Um, I yeah, I kind of set them against each other in for some specific things like this morning. So, well, just going back to Perplexity, yeah. I mean, I have never tried their computer, and again, it's a similar thing to Cowork, but people are doing some really, and again, I'm sure it's a similar thing. Um, I don't pay for Perplexity at the minute, but the Cowork, some people are doing some fucking cool stuff with Cowork. Yeah. It's like this morning. So I got a real, it's not a dilemma. I just got to make some decisions that fit right. Dilemma's too strong a word. So my original plan was a guy I know set up a community SaaS company called Community, and I bought the lifetime for it. I thought, I like that. don't have to pay monthly. And he set it up as a school alternative. And I'm
Okay.
not ready to launch the community for Real Entrepreneur yet because there's just not enough people in it to make a community properly. At the minute, we've just got like a WhatsApp group, which works fine for now. But stuff gets lost in there, and I was looking at like I actually looked at Slack for the first time in many years last week.
Oh, really?
And yeah, yeah, and I know a couple of people that have continued to use Slack for fucking years.
Yeah, people swear by
Uh,
it.
yeah, and I kind of stopped using it good few years ago. Slack have got some pretty cool AI features in there now, and increasingly with some of the software I'm working with, I see Slack integrations. Like I got a new uptime monitoring product that I'm putting in with an entrepreneur, and there's a Slack option in there, and it just kind of made me think. And I went to slack.com and I saw some of the stuff they're doing and really up their game to AI level. So anyway, you know, I was on a call yesterday with the few real entrepreneur people I've got, and I said about like building the community, building the network, and I asked one particular lady that's in there that knows her shit, no newbie. And I said, in any of the other programs that you've been in, any of the communities you've been in, I'm like, they don't push the community at all. There's no community. I'm like, well, this is a core of what we're doing. Anyway, this software I've got at the minute just isn't cutting it. They've had way too many issues. It just won't cut it. And I've kind of learned now to just go with my feeling. Yeah, I've paid for it, whatever, but it's going to be a fucking highway to hell as it currently is. And the last thing I want to be doing is launching it and then changing it in 3 months down the line. So I pitched. I know everybody's dog uses school, seemingly. So I said, look, tell me about school, tell me about Slack, not Slack for the main community. So the idea of the community is that anybody can join, but then there's pay gated stuff based on membership type, whatever.
Okay.
And obviously you've got that inbuilt potential with school now. You've got the inbuilt potential of extra promotion just within the network of school. And they've changed it to where you can have different memberships, whatever. Not that I would be using it to charge people via that. It would be an add-on to what I'm doing. So I just open Claude, which is permanently open ChatGPT, told them what I was thinking, and pitched them against each other and see what the responses were. And not radically different responses, but it's kind of interesting reading their responses back. And then you go in and say again, like, how about this idea? And then you see what their idea is. And I basically said, like, I said, what about the idea of using Slack as like my for my higher level real time communication, and then either school and Circle came in as well. Some pretty big names use Circle, but you
Never
don't
heard of
get.
that one.
Yeah, Circle's pretty big. Kevin Rose uses it for his Dig network, or he used to. I think they've just shifted to um, their own custom thing, but they were certainly using Circle in the beginning.
I heard they shut it down.
Uh, they used to shut the network down.
They abandoned Dig, I think.
Have they?
Yeah. I think.
Only
I
a week or
yeah.
so ago, I got an email saying he was stopping everything else and working on Dig full time.
Oh, I guess maybe they took the site down because there was I think they I saw something on their podcast about they were getting attacked by AI agents and bots like crazy and they couldn't keep up with it, and so they took it down maybe it was temporarily. I thought it was.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, there was an email he put out saying he's basically not doing much else and he's just working on Dig full time. So
Oh, it says a hard
yeah,
reset. Yeah, it's a hard reset. Um We face an unprecedented bot problem.
Yeah.
Their website is
So
basically a letter that says were
yeah, they're on so they're fighting fires and stuff. But yeah,
yeah.
so because both of them suggested Circle, it hasn't got that potential viral in it. Don't know. So I haven't read their latest responses. So I said, I've tried over years for whether it be pigeons or whatever else. There's not one thing that completely works. I'm not too worried about like the branding and all that. It needs to be because everything I'm using is pay gated behind a portal. So if you're not the right membership level, you don't get access to it. So I can post a URL of something in public, really, and if they've not got the right membership level, they won't get access to the software or whatever it is. So not too worried about that. But yeah, so that's what I was doing this morning because I got to make the decision. We're not quite ready yet with the community. It's just not big enough. You need to get the right amount of people in there to even have it. And at the minute, WhatsApp works okay, but and I've been expanding my Google Docs Claude work as well more. I'm increasingly thinking of other things it can do for me. I told you about that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I've got like a system.real entrepreneur and an updates.real entrepreneur. And I'm like, I don't want to have to go into every time I make an update or do something new or whatever. I don't want to have to go into the page and edit it in the editor, which I know sounds really lazy because in theory it's not that hard, but I don't want that. So with Claude, it's with Claude's HTML. I know you use Gemini for. You showed me some sites you created using Gemini, which are kick ass. But with Claude, it just basically I said, look, I want to be able to have a centralized update system. I want to keep it as simple as possible, maybe using Google Sheets. So now I just literally have a Google Sheet with each row has an update, date, membership level, link, video link, whatever. So yeah, so and I've got that running like for any of the call record real entrepreneur call recordings. I have one of them for that. So yeah, updates.real entrepreneur is working. That what you see there is that the one of them needs a bit of change. It needs to have some tweaks to it. But yeah, so the status dot and updates, they're all just running off a Google Sheet. And Claude just I told it the fields I wanted, few tweaks. It generated the Google Sheet for me to go and import straight in. And literally the only thing I had to do was change the URL of the Google Sheet. That's it.
Unreal.
So I've just got a series of spreadsheets now bookmarked, Google Sheets bookmarked, and that's it. And it's so much easier. So anytime I do an update, it's literally a in 30-second job to put it out there. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. Have you seen about this? Have you heard about this new Gemma 4?
No. What's that?
It's Google's new thing.
Is it video
So
or
no, so it started hitting my I'm gonna send you a link. Um,
I can find it. Gemma 4, Google DeepMind. Okay.
yeah. So what I read of it is that it's you can run this off a laptop, off a Raspberry Pi, or whatever, and you can essentially run your own LLM using this Gemma 4 with billions of data points and whatever. I'm not quite sure how it works yet, but it sounds interesting. I just haven't had the time to go into it yet. But
It
and that's
looks
it,
like wow, okay, yeah. Download model widgets. Hugging Face. I've heard of that. I don't know
yeah,
why have I
yeah,
heard of
that's
that.
a thing. I would be using if I was to do this. I'd be using what would I be using? Docker because that works in Mac easily. I already have Docker installed on Mac. I'm not going down it yet, but it sounded very interesting. I read a LinkedIn thing on it or whatever it was to introduce me to it. And it was one of these AI newsletters I'm on. But essentially,
Wonder what the pricing is like on that.
it's open source apparently.
How much storage do you need for this?
No, that's what I'm looking into. Yeah, I say I haven't gone down the rabbit hole yet, but sounds pretty interesting, and it's and then combined with that other thing I mentioned, I think because we didn't shoot last week, but the new competitor to OpenClaw. What the bloody name of it?
I didn't know there was one.
I forget what I've spoken to who about, and that's a problem. I may not have even mentioned this on this podcast, but I'm going to find it. Give me a second. Dead air time. Uh, 1 second. Right. What was it? That really bugs me. I don't know if it's age or too much information going through my head.
Strokes.
Um,
I'm struggling.
I've got it bookmarked. I know I have. 1 second. Um, yeah, but it's quite interesting the way it's going. I mean, I've seen some. I'm in some groups, and I've seen some of the setups people are, the investment some people are putting into running their own stuff. It's mind blowing. Obviously, they're geeky type stuff, but it still comes down to like, what are you gonna actually do with it? Rather than just look at it and see LEDs flashing or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
I got a friend who's
yeah,
actually using it pretty extensively. He's using Claude Cowork, and he's got a full-on agent, and it's sending emails for him. It's doing PR outreach for his pizza. He has a pizza vending machine, and
yeah.
he's gotten some press, and he's given it access to his Gmail, so it drafts emails for him, and
It's actually working for him.
yeah, he's named it Joshua. He told me. But yeah, he's full on building these agents in Claude, and I'm looking at something similar with Perplexity. I think I have too many subscriptions. I think I gotta pare back on a few of these AIs. There's some that I'm not using 11 Labs as much as I thought I would. I barely actually I don't haven't used it in months. I think I'm just gonna
Uh,
let it go, unless I can figure out a use case. I might have to let it go.
this was an article I've just sent you on how Perplexity Computer, because I think I'm right in saying they were the first to come out with this type of thing before Claude. I think, maybe wrong. I've just sent you an article there on it that was I've had bookmarked for a while. Um,
AI is the new computer. Yeah.
but it's
You know who predicted this in the 90s was Larry Ellison, the CEO of Oracle. He
mm,
said, we're all gonna use dumb terminals in the future, and the computing is all gonna be done in the cloud.
mm, yeah, right, he was, but this new Gemma 4 thing. Um, my understanding of it was, from the brief read I did of it, that it will enable you to run your own LLM and agents with very little or no cost, which was always the problem in testing you had and others have had with OpenClaw and whatever.
Yeah, if
Because
you can afford to buy the Mac Studio required to pull that off, then yeah, it's amazing.
and then I also read that Anthropic have stopped um, external app use of their
Yep.
APIs now.
Yep.
So it's kind of interesting to see how it's all going to go. I can't find the bloody name of this alternative. I have it bookmarked, but I've got how many bloody bookmarks open? But it doesn't matter really in the bigger picture. But yeah, it's yeah, that's interesting. It's on my list to look at. And but with regards to Perplexity for you, so what are you are you using their computer? What are you looking at getting it to do? Are you kind of going down the route
Well,
of
the
testing like you
Shopify
did?
task was huge. Like that for me was something that I've been procrastinating on for years, really. I knew I needed to update the copy. I had all these duplicate content. The titles were different, but all the descriptions were the same. Um, and I knew that needed to be fixed, and it alerted me to that. Plus, it alerted me to a bunch of other holes in my database, and it fixed it for me. So, that's the kind of like those kinds of wholesale changes are going to make a big difference, right? And so if I can put it through those, and that took up out of 4,000 credits, I bought a few extra because I thought I might need them, but I didn't. Out of 4,000 credits, which was the $17 a month US, it used 1,000 to do my entire product database, 200 products.
That's not too bad.
That's a big CSV, right? It had a lot of data in it, and it
Mm.
updated other fields like the tags. And the tags are solid, like they're good keywords, and they really kind of bumped the whole SEO on the thing. And it gave me a bunch of other suggestions for things I can do that it can't do, that I have to, like, install something on Shopify or update something in the theme or whatever. But it's giving me specific instructions for how to do it. And then the YouTube channel stuff is pretty amazing. And I think I can, because you can export your YouTube channel as a CSV as well. You can pull out all your videos, and there is a way to make the changes because they all have unique IDs. So there's a way to make changes to the database and upload it back to YouTube. So
Oh,
I'll
wow.
probably have it do that with my comedy channel, because I know I got lazy on the titles and descriptions there too. And so I'd be looking at more of those kinds of things and maybe trying to help me, if it can do stuff on that level, then maybe I can say, okay, let's take a look at my my sales on Amazon and help me come up with book bundles to sell on my website. Help me analyze these sales and say, okay, people, these are the top three sellers, or people frequently bought these according to Amazon, or if people frequently bought these according to my Shopify store, same people, but, and then, okay, help me come up with bundles and create all those new products and push them live.
Yeah.
And those are just existing products, right? So it's easy to kind of come up with those bundles and then write a description. That's the kind of stuff I'd be looking at. Like, okay, how do I have a buttload of domains. Like, I have funnybookclub.com, and I have a book of the month club. I thought it would be cool to have some type of subscription service, and people are on my book of the month club now, but I thought it'd be cool to just promote that as a thing, and maybe not even just my books, but like, there are other authors in my genre. There are other humor books out there, or I create, or work with other writers or whatever. I figure out a way to make money off of, them being put in the mystery box, for a month or whatever. Or I just keep sending them my books, whatever. But so I think I'd be looking at, okay, what else could you do? Can you build out these websites for me? Can you, put together, like, with the YouTube channel, it gave me a 4-week daily content planner, and it laid out, it's like, here's the shorts you need to make, here's the long forms you need to make, and it picked up, like, it did it with
Yeah.
my new YouTube channel, and it picked up the vibe, right? And it was just like, okay, I know exactly the vibe. This is what you're going for, and it worked. Like, it was like, okay, this is amazing. It gave me a bunch of title changes, and then it said, here's all the videos you need to make. And yesterday I made the first one. I changed, I slightly made some slight changes, but it was like, you need to tell people how you got 1 million followers out of your basement. And I'm like, okay, then I'm going to do that.
How is the new YouTube channel going?
I have 20 subscribers.
Okay.
Um, I am, let's see, 20 subscribers, 9,600 views, 48.8 hours of watch time. Um, but it told me, it said, you're missing the boat. You haven't put end screens on any of your videos. And apparently, if you put an end screen on your videos, you'll increase your subscriber base, and you'll increase your viewers by at least 50%, because people will, you have this end screen, and YouTube has, like, it suggests the best one of your videos for that person to watch next based on their existing feed, and then a subscribe button. So I put
Wow.
them, put those at the end of all my videos, and so I think I'm going to see the numbers go up over the next little while, but the channel's called Defiantology.
I going public with it now.
Yeah, it's I'm not really promoting it yet, but it's Defiant and then ology, OLOGY.
There you go. I'll have a look.
Um, and it's it's just kind of an outlet. It's fun. It gives me something outside of comedy because sometimes I just don't feel funny, but I could still talk about stuff, and it's a place to geek out a little bit and um, you know do unboxings and but in my style, a little bit dry, a little bit cynical, and a little bit funny, but you know,
I'm looking at it now.
let's see what the channel looks like. I haven't even done like the full
The yeah, the thumbnails look good.
nano banana. Or no, that's ideogram.
Mm.
Ideogram.
You really like that, don't you? I haven't used it much again.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Mm.
I just upload a frame from the video and then I say, here's what I want for the thumbnail and here's the style and then it gives me four to choose from and I'm pretty happy with it.
Be interesting to see what you think of Claude and co-work if you go down there compared to Perplexity.
Okay.
You know,
I have it. I'm paying for it. I'll give it a try. I haven't you know what I think I asked it to do a couple things and it failed me and then I just walked away from it. I asked it to
when was that?
something it was a while ago and it was like something it was like I can't do that, because of your fucking content or whatever. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay,
Gemini doesn't really seem to care. Perplexity didn't care. It just went through, all of my books and didn't kick me out of the system. So
cool. Mm. So you got 16 videos up there at the minute.
what's that?
You got 16 videos up there at the minute.
Yeah, my
How long's it? What do you do? You just with Ideogram, you just literally just take a cap of the video, screen cap of the video, and then just add the overlay text on. Is that
we
it?
just upload you just no, you prompt it. So you give it the video, the frame as a reference image, and
Hmm.
then you say, I say it's a YouTube thumbnail. Uh, and I've updated the prompt recently because Perplexity was like, you need a more consistent thumbnail. And it said, put the not sponsored in the bottom left each time, put the header up top and use a non-serif font, here's all the things. So I gave it that prompt. And then I just said, here, and what I do is I give the entire transcript to Gemini, and then Gemini will give me title options, thumbnail text options, and descriptions and tags. And so I put all that stuff in.
It's interesting that your unboxing video has got the most views so far.
Which one the
508 views 12 days
the new
ago.
oh the new camera one? The shorts have more views. So if you go to the shorts, you'll see there's like one that has 2K, one that has 2.1, and
Mm.
one that has
Oh, okay.
1.9K. The
Oh,
the
yeah.
me the first one I posted was me smashing a fake Shure microphone with a hammer, and it did pretty well. And then because that
I
was
can
part
see,
of another
yeah.
video,
So they're averaging 2,000. Yeah. I like the name as well.
I'm not sure about it, but I'm gonna live with it for now. Um,
Yeah, I like it, man.
and it's funny, like people are engaging, they're commenting, like, and a lot of it's just like, okay, here's the Rode mic versus the Shure mic, and I'm like, I can't tell the difference, and then people are like, yes, I could tell the difference, and they're all arguing over what's better, and it's like, this is great, keep arguing.
Hey, what did you get? I've just seen your video. What did you get in the Anchor mystery box?
I got a it wasn't a power supply. It was a
Mm.
power it's a desktop charging unit that has a bunch of USB ports in it and but it also has like a display. So when you plug stuff into it, it actually tells you exactly how much wattage it's
Yeah, I
using.
know. I know the one they mean. They sell for 100 quid here.
Yeah, it's
It's not available in the
pretty good.
UK. It's not available
Okay.
in the UK. The mystery box. I did go and look. I think it's a great idea
That
though.
one got some views, you know. And it had it was one of the ones I did. I did a bunch of thumbnail split tests. So because I get so many thumbnail options, I was giving it three thumbnails and three titles each time, so that I could kind of see which thumbnails were working best. And if they don't get enough views, then it can't give you a proper split test. But the ones that got enough views, you know, it gave me a little bit of insight, like, okay, people like this kind of test or whatever.
Oh,
This
you
kind
got
of thumbnail.
one of those U Green 100 watt 6 port things as well. They any good?
I sent that back when I got
Oh,
the Anchor one, because the Anchor one is better.
mm,
That one, you know, it's on, you don't know when it's stepping down the power. And this one doesn't step down the power; it just distributes it accordingly. And you know, if it's
mm.
giving something a certain amount of power, it'll keep giving it to it. Because I have my camera plugged into it, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want. That's the priority, right?
So how's the camera?
It's great.
Worth
It's fucking
worth the
great.
money?
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth the money. It's it's one of those things where, you know, I'm it doesn't change anything. You're still, and that's, you know, I did a review on it, and that was one of the things. I'm like, you know, it didn't change anything. Like, it's still got to make content. It doesn't make it, it makes it harder, not easier, to have a second camera. All you're doing is adding complexity. But then in one of the videos, I shot two angles, and you know, and I used them. So I'm like, okay, this is something, right? It gives people something more to look at. And if you're doing an unboxing video, you can point one camera at where the box is and have the other one pointed at your face. And so that's kind of cool. Um, but ultimately, the real sort of reason why I want to do it is I have a podcast space on the other side of this wall, and you know, now that the summer's here, I'm probably going to start bringing in some of my comic friends to do these like episodes that we farm for clips, where I'm going to have a
Mm.
two or three camera setup. The third camera will probably just be my iPhone on 4K, because it'll be the wide shot, and then each of the two cams will, you know, be at 50 millimeters, pointing at the face of the person at the microphone, and then I'll use, you know, an automatic switcher to do the switching. So that's the real reason I wanted it, is to be able to do like a two, three camera shoot.
Yeah. I used my Insta 360 new grip for the first time last week.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Um, I used it to do a video of the pigeon breeding stock and stuff. It was good. It was really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh, that did all right on Facebook as well, actually. But whatever. It's yeah, no, it was good. But they got a whole bunch of new stuff in Insta 360. They got that small camera out there that's like a little tiny 4K thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen it in the Go or
I'd
whatever
love
it
to
is.
see.
Yeah.
And did you see Stream Deck's new creation with all of
With the
the
lever?
mass? Oh, I don't know about a lever. I don't know if we've got a lever on it. I saw they've got a keyboard out, but they've got a new they got a new Stream Deck coming out with dials and all kinds of stuff on it. Looked pretty cool. It's not out over here yet. It's not available.
The one
It's
I
the
saw was pedal? No. It came up when
no,
I updated my Stream Deck, and it came up, and it was like, maybe it was it must have been April Fool joke, because it had like a fucking slot machine lever on it. Let's see what
no,
happens.
it
Your
must
Stream
have
Deck.
sounds like it. I didn't get it. My timelines were full of April Fools, and I just don't get the point. But anyway, maybe that's just me being boring and British. Oh, I need to find out what this. Oh, there is a Stream Deck pedal. That's a legit thing. Yeah, the pedal. That's been around ages. Um, I gotta find it now. Let's do it my head in. I
Yeah, it's a joke. It was a joke. They posted an April Fool's. If you Google Stream Deck lever, and if it says "deal me in" and you click on it, it takes you to Rick. It takes you to it Rick rolls you. So
it's the it's
well
the
done.
it's the Stream Deck Plus XL. I'll send you the link. It's an Amazon
Plus
link.
XL. I'm on
Yeah,
their website. I can find it here. Plus XL. Let's see. I got it. Uh, yeah, plus Classic XL. Oh yeah, look at that. That's crazy.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I like that.
I know. So do I. Yeah,
Okay.
because I do
Okay.
use it. I don't use it as much as you, as sophisticated as you, but I do use it. And
You can put like any app, key command, Apple script, shortcut, automation, whatever on there. And it's like, when you start putting in system commands and having it do like, whatever it might be, like resizing windows. Like I have a lot of like, top left corner, top right corner, top left half, right half, bottom third, whatever. They're all
yeah, yeah.
buttons, it's pretty cool to be able to run shit right from these buttons and have them, sort of an unlimited number of pages. I don't know what I would do with all the knobs though. Like, what are you going to do with all these dials?
They're nice to look at, though, aren't
Yeah, sure they are. Yeah,
they?
of
I
course
don't
they
know.
are.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you do with them.
It's a five
Me,
hundred dollar fucking
yeah.
desktop toy. I don't know. It's got the same number of buttons as mine. I think I'd probably pass on the. It looks nice.
Mm,
Like, and I like the little screen with the weather and everything. That's beautiful.
mm.
I'm actually been looking at formatting my Kindle Paperwhite to become an e-ink dashboard. You can hack them now, and there's like dashboards that you can run that are in e-ink that have all kinds of your calendar and
Oh yeah.
weather and whatever you want on it, and
I don't
and
know. You could
it's
do that. It's funny you
because
say that because I I have a niggling shoulder issue. It's like frozen shoulder thing. And I went for the first time in about 2 years to my Chinese doctor for acupuncture. And because I haven't seen him so long, he has to, yeah, give me the sign, whatever. And he handed me this e-ink tablet. I'm like, this is cool. Typical geek. What is it? And it's called a Remarkable. I don't know if you've ever seen
I've
them.
heard of
I
it. Yeah,
hadn't heard of them. Yeah. So he runs his entire thing off that. He's just got like, I don't know, a PDF template and he fills in all his details and you sign it. So it sounds like a similar thing, but now you can hack the Paperwhite to do a similar thing.
you basically hack the Paperwhite to just be a display that you have on your desktop that
Mm,
runs a dashboard that you feed off of some XML file somewhere or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but I've been looking at it because I never use this fucking thing, and then I saw there was like an app to basically jailbreak it and turn it into one of these dashboards.
I'm gonna
What's
write
it
that
called?
down.
Kindle jailbreak e-ink dashboard.
Mhm.
That's the turn your Amazon Kindle. It's called Terminal. TRMNL. Terminal. Terminal. Instructables, key Kindle e-ink weather dashboard, home
Mhm.
assistant companion. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
I'm so down for this.
we're so geeky.
Yeah, but what do you like?
We love
Nobody
this
uses
stuff.
these things anymore. Like nobody who reads the Kindle.
I've had one, and I keep telling myself I need to start. But you're right. I don't.
Dude, Kindle's dead. It's a dead. They're not updating it. They're not. It's
Really?
it's it's a as far as I know, yeah. Like the paper versions, I haven't seen new ones advertised in a very long time. I think they have the Kindle Fire still, like the color tablet, but that's just trying to compete with
I don't.
iPad or Android. But the I haven't seen it. Have you seen a paper Kindle come out in a while?
No, I haven't.
Let's see.
Fair point.
Kindle.
Mm.
Just a search for Kindle. Kindle. Amazon Kindle. Let's see. What do you got? Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. This has not been updated in, let's see.
Why do you think that is? Why is Kindle not happened?
It's the seventh generation Paperwhite display. I don't know when it came out, but
Mm.
Um, I'm thinking maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm on Amazon every day, and I have not really seen an advertisement for a new Kindle. Let's see. When was the last Kindle Paperwhite released? Let's see what Gemini says. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just me not seeing it, but people aren't really buying Kindle books like they used to. Like even if you do a free Kindle promo, okay, 2024. So, but the one that they're selling on their website is the seventh generation. This is the 12th they're saying that came out in 2024. So I guess 2 years ago they came out with one. But like I don't know, I'm just not seeing it. Like I've done some Kindle promos and nobody's downloading them anymore. It used to be, you gave away a book for um, a week on Kindle free and you'd get thousands and thousands of downloads, and now it's like three.
I don't know. That is that. Hmm. Have you been on?
And
Have you been on Pont Fun since we spoke 2 weeks ago?
no, I haven't. Well, I shouldn't say that. I check I check some stuff.
Yeah, I haven't either. I see the markets are back up today, but that's all just because of this Iran thing.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, so be interested to see how you get on with Perplexity. I'll be interested in that. You can kind of compare on that, and yeah, I'm definitely going down a co-work route. I like it because it's Anthropic run it. You kind of feel more comfortable with that. Um, yeah, and then coming back to this decision I got to make on this community thing, I really don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
I
I'll
feel
see
like
what I
Slack
think.
is going to be a bit technical for people, but
Well, yeah, it certainly wouldn't be for the community. Part of me is just saying either pick Circle or School for the main community and just stick to WhatsApp for the higher level members. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's one of them things I got to figure out. But I definitely am not going to go with the plan I was because it's just I've been there before and we'll wait for it to get better and stuff. It's not going to happen. And if it hasn't happened by now, even some of the basics. But it's funny, isn't it? Like you said, you were saying about outside of that, like the amount of subscriptions you've got and you're not using now.
yeah.
It's going to get more and more like that. You know, I mean, at the minute, I get Gemini via my Google Workspace account because all of my email runs off it. I get that, so I got that. I got ChatGPT and I've got Claude. It's kind of like I've kept it down to that, really. Um, Probably got other ones I forgot about, but um, yeah, be an
I have so
interesting rest
many
of
for
the.
sure. I have so many.
I've probably got other ones, but they're the ones that I use, and yeah. But I am. That's the thing. I'm interested by what other AIs are doing and how people um, are using them. Sometimes it's a lot to keep up with, and then you got to remind yourself you what you're using this stuff for. So that's
Well,
why I've
yeah, I
kind of
try to
stuck
focus
to.
on my own tasks and have it, I'll go like, okay, how can you help me with what I'm already doing?
Yeah,
And that's the key, right? Is to try not to have these make work projects, but try to have
yeah. Complement what you're doing.
what am I already procrastinating on? What have I already left on the table that I should be doing better? Like I saw this app the other day and it's like, okay, I don't need this, but if I were a photographer, I would totally buy it. It basically is an AI that you dump your entire memory card to. Say you're a wedding photographer. You dump your
Hmm.
entire, thousands of photos on this thing, and it analyzes every single one of them, figures out which ones are blurry, which ones are overexposed, which ones are underexposed, and then takes all the best shots, crops them, fucking optimizes them, finds the subjects and color corrects the subjects versus the backgrounds, and does like all this like, hand work on thousands and thousands of photos. And it's like, wow, that's pretty cool, even if you just wanted to clean up your library of photos.
Mm. I need to do that in my Mac photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is it's not creating work, it's just complementing it. I'm going to stick to what I've got at the minute, but I will definitely be interested to see how you progress with Perplexity.
I tried Descript for AI video editing as well. It's pretty
Mm.
good, but and what I like about it is that you can give it a file and have it do a bunch of work, and then it'll give you the Final Cut XML export, so that you can just take all the edits into your local machine and then export a high resolution copy. Um, it's I haven't played with it enough, but I'm gonna run a couple more videos through it and see what happens. But it transcribes your video and then it edits the text in the video like a text document, and it can find your double takes. It can find, it'll pull out all
Wow.
the filler words, and you can even say like reorganize or re-edit the story to make it more comprehensive or more, easier to follow or whatever, or take out, any unnecessary details. It'll just like
And
it's
that
pretty
was the
amazing.
script.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I've put a
I used
couple
it.
videos through it, and I'm still deciding, but it'll do transitions, it'll do title screens based on what you're saying. Like if you're like, hey, add title screens at key points, and it's pretty clear.
Mm. I still haven't gone down the Final Cut route yet.
Oh, it's
Uh,
it's a whole job, dude. It's a whole job.
I know that's why I haven't done it. Have you ever heard? Did you know about this podcast that OpenAI have bought, the TBPN
No.
podcast? Have you ever heard it? I'd never heard of it before. They paid $400 million for this TBPN podcast,
Hmm.
and I've never heard of it. So some tech podcast or something they bought last week or something.
Wow.
Yeah, really, some money flying around.
Yeah, you just got to find something to sell, something big.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what are you working on this week?
Just I got another book to put out. I did a collab with a company last week called Popstar, a six panel comic, and I'm doing a video for them this week. They're basically licensing the Mike Hum character, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool. You
And
mentioned you'd got it. Yeah, when we text, you mentioned you'd got a deal
yeah,
going on.
yeah, and they make jizz pills, so should be interesting.
Big
This is
time, man.
this is what I get. This is the business I'm in. That's why I started the other YouTube channel. I like to get some real, like to get Insta 360 sending me free stuff like these other camera guys. But for now, I'm playing the angle of I'm not shilling anything because I bought this with my own money. That's my whole thing is, you know. So,
Yeah, that's good.
but eventually I will, I'll take the bribes. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, Will.
I'm not above not
I
above
already
that.
knew
Of
that was part of the plan when I now have seen it.
course, it's all part of the
It's a
plan.
good plan as well, man.
Yeah, I want free cameras, motherfucker. You know. And they're actually pretty like when they give you the cameras, you have to say that it's sponsored, but you also are not obligated to say, what's great about it. And my
Yeah,
my reviews are very different. My reviews are not like, here's all the features and thing. I'm like, I do it differently. With the
of
with the Ace
course.
Pro
Yeah.
2 video, I was like, I gave it to my daughter and I was like, take this and follow me to a podcast, and I just put it in auto because
Hmm.
I don't want her to have to know how to manually manage a camera ISO setting or whatever. Just put it in auto mode. So I'm not going to tell you how this makes a great manual camera or in a street photography or whatever. I need someone to just put this in full auto mode and follow
Well,
me
point and
from
shoot. Yeah,
outside to inside to, whatever, and let the camera do its job. And so those are my kind of reviews where it's just like, here's how I'm using it. And that's outside of that, you're not going to see anything else.
that's good.
Yeah.
It's
So
real and authentic, man.
yeah. But yeah, this camera here does 6K. And so I'll show you what happens.
This is the new one, yeah?
This is the new one. So if I switch it to 6K, you'll notice something right away. And I'll show you. Okay. So I'm going to switch to the 6K. And you'll notice that you'll get a bit more of the screen above where my finger is right now
Oh, yeah.
and below, right? So now you don't get as wide a screen, but you get the same amount of width you had before, but now you get this extra
Mm.
height in the 6K. And so this allows me to film a vertical video right here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And take the 16 by 9 if I want it. So the file's huge, but the crop factor is way
And
better
then
for a vertical.
practically, being the dummy I am with this stuff, practically, how would you make that into a vertical? Say you would took this now and you just like what you just, I assume you just use
Well, in Final
Final
Cut,
Cut.
yeah,
Yeah.
in Final Cut, what you can do is you can say, let me show you. You can in Final Cut you can say, take this widescreen video or the 6K video or whatever it is, and duplicate the project as, and then when you do that, it'll give you all the options for
Oh,
resolution.
okay.
You can say vertical, 4K vertical, and then you can say it's called smart conform, and it will actually find the human being in your shot
Oh,
and
wow.
center it, and so it's pretty, and then you can move it. Basically, what you get is you just get this crop, but your widescreen is still there in Final Cut. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
need to move it left or right or make it bigger or whatever you
Mhm.
want to do with it, you can still do.
I have got to go down the Final Cut rabbit hole at some point, but not yet.
Or you can upload the entire 6K file to Opus Clip and it will do all that for you as well. Right. But now you're
Yeah.
just giving it more, more above and below to work with. So you can, because it's hard to pull a vertical file out of this 16 by
Mm.
9 format.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Right, guys. Well, we'll wrap that up for today. If that's all we've got, we will be back next week. Wasn't It was uh, my weird week last week. We didn't do one last week. I was spent more time in hospital A&E waiting rooms than I care to. It's all good now.
That's good.
So Gabby, yeah, she's got to have a gallbladder out, and then it will all be good. So, yeah, that was why we didn't shoot last week. So, apologies for that. We'll be back next week as normal. Catch you later. Thanks for watching and listening.